Welcome back to Decorate with Tip and More. If you're new here, hi, my name is Terry and I am so happy you stopped by. Now in today's video, we're going to be decorating the last part of our kitchen before we move on to another room. We're going to be decorating our countertops for Christmas. So I hope you get inspired and I hope you enjoy these types of videos. If you do, please give me a big thumbs up by clicking that like button and going up to Decorate with Tip and More. Click that follow button if it's still blue. I would appreciate it. And that will get you to receive all of my videos in your feed. So I hope you do that. So let's just get right to decorating our countertops for Christmas. As you can tell, I removed everything but what we use on the countertops. I also cleaned and conditioned the granite countertop for the season. I like to do that before any decorating season. Now let's start on the left side of the range. I'm leaning 2 cutting boards on the backsplash. You will notice me displaying cutting boards on my countertops as well as my wall rack. I like the touch of warmth the cutting boards provide, plus they give a clean and organized surface, especially since my granite countertop and my backsplash are so busy. In front of the boards, I placed 2 of my glass canisters. I tied a blue bow with a little piece of greenery to give it a festive touch. In front of the canister, I placed this Christmas tree to rest our utensils on while cooking. The last touch to this space will be adding a Christmas snowflake dish towel to the mixing bowl for a pop of color. Now moving over to the other side, I'm excited to be adding my new pottery piece to the kitchen. I found prints that work perfectly with the pottery piece. This print is from Wells and West off of Etsy. It's called Santa Claus in Christmas Village. I placed it in a frame I already had, adding my wooden utensils into the pottery piece. I'm adding another cutting board. Not only do I like the warmth and rustic feel of the cutting boards, but honestly, I would love to replace our backsplash. But for now, I'm using the boards to break up the busy towel. I'm using this little wreath and bow to give a festive look to the board. Now I'm going to be adding my new art, leaning it part on the board and part on the backsplash. I just love this print and how it looks with the woods and the pottery. I'm using a small cutting board for a tray to sit my oil dispenser on. To finish this setting, I'm using this fluted bow purchased the same place as I did the pottery piece for a candle holder. Instead of a regular candle, I'm using a battery-operated candle to bring a warm glow to the space. Now to the corner of our countertop, I'm adding more cutting boards. To this cutting board, I'm adding a sprig of greenery, a bell, and a bow. And then I'm bringing another cutting board. It's the same type of cutting board, just a little wider. And I'm leaning them up against the backsplash to hide the plug-in. Now I'm bringing in my little lamp. I thought about adding a bow to it, but we turn this on and off every morning and night, and I think a bow would be in the way and a burden, so I left it as is. I brought out my wooden cookbook holder again. I love this thing. I use it all the time. And I am going to be placing this burgundy cookbook to it. It's awful plain, so I decided to grab this mini wreath, an ornament, and a blue bow, slip it over the handle, and I think this gives that plain cookbook a little festive feel. Bringing in some colors, so I'm styling my new fluted bowls next to the lamp to display the colors I'm using. To finish this setting, I placed 1 wooden nutcracker standing in front of the boards. Now comes to that long space of my countertop I like to decorate. I'm adding this large round cutting board, and I used a little nail to prop the handle so it will stay like that. Now I'm using another print by Wells and West, Natural Snowy Town, it's what it's called. I wanted to add some sort of arrangement next to the frame, so I used a small blue vase and some Christmas stems and made my arrangement. Next to the arrangement, I decided to use this lit up church. How fitting is it? It matches the houses in the print so well. And to the other side, in front of the cutting board, I'm just adding the ceramic blue Christmas tree to finish the setting. I love how this adds a holiday touch to the countertop, and it still gives us plenty of room for prepping and cooking. Let's move to the other side of the kitchen where the sink and the Keurigs are. Near the sink, I like to add something tall in the corner to hide the space between the wall and the refrigerator. To protect my countertop, I like to use this little black plate, and then I place my soap dispenser and my little vegetable brush on top of the plate. I keep this space pretty simple because this is where I place all of my dirty dishes, so I want to make sure I have plenty of room for that. To the other side of the sink, I don't really have a coffee bar or a hot chocolate bar per se, but we do have a few things we like to keep handy. Hanging this frame I found in Marshall's, I thought it would be a cute addition to the Christmas kitchen. A couple years ago, I made this little sleigh tray, so I'm placing that under the frame. While I was in Marshall's, I spotted these 2 mugs with lids. When I have hot tea, I like to steep my tea a little before drinking it, so these lids are perfect for me. Plus, they're a really good size for hot chocolate. I place 1 mug on the tray of the Keurig for drippings and the other mug on the tray. I place packages of hot cocoa mix inside along with 2 small spoons. To the side of the tray, I'm bringing back my canister filled with my tea, and then I'm using this Christmas present I just recently painted to place our Splenda in. You can't have hot chocolate without miniature marshmallows, so I placed the miniature marshmallows in a glass Christmas tree jar and tied a blue ribbon around it. I found this wooden marble Christmas tree in Bells this year, and I thought this would be perfect to hide that cord of the Keurig. To finish decorating the kitchen, this may or may not stay here, but for now I used one of my wicker placemats and another Christmas greenery arrangement that I created, and a Dollar Tree wire reindeer with a votive cup. I placed another battery operated tea light into the cup. This is cute. We just use this bar so much. I don't know how often we're going to move this, so for now we'll leave it and we'll see how it goes. right, y'all, that will conclude my video for today. I can happily say that my kitchen is all decorated for Christmas and I can move on to the family room. So I hope you continue to come back each and every day to see how I decorate our home for Christmas 2025. I hope I inspired you in some way on decorating your countertops. Y'all have a great weekend. I hope you have a blessed one. I will see you tomorrow. God bless. Bye-bye.